but I would text my sister. And it said, she's mute, not accepting or whatever, but you can send it anyway, which is what my daughter found out too. So in an emergency, you could still get it through, but it doesn't let them know that it's coming.
So Miss Connie,
Yes.
so let me show this. For those of you wondering, this is a Apple/iPhone thing, where the new thing, if you go here, there's focus up here, and you can choose what you want to do, and you can say how long you're do not disturb, personal, sleep, whatever, and you can change your preferences. Here in the preferences, you can say these are the people that I can override do not disturb, right? So I want people to call me, these people to be allowed to notify me, even though,
right,
I set in under options, you can allow time sensitive notifications and allow calls from your favorites. So if your family's in your favorite list, you can do that, or you can divide it up. And I have a couple of different groups.
Chocolate World.
I noticed that.
It's all my coworkers from Chocolate when I worked at Chocolate World,
right.
like 20 years ago.
I love it.
Yes.
You had a job when you were 12?
I was wondering that too.
Okay.
She was a taste tester.
Yes.
It was, so what, 18 years ago? I was what, 16? Whatever that is.
Well, Lynn, it's also on the M1 computer because that's where it showed up for me, but
It's the Monterey update. When you update your
Monterey update. But the thing is that they set these parameters for me. They didn't say you've now got this thing called focus, go in and do it. They set it automatically. They had me silenced from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. So they must have gone in, and my daughter says it's just artificial intelligence trying to tell you how to run your life.
When I updated my phone, it walked me through it.
Well, my phone hasn't updated yet. For some reason, it's on auto updates, but it hasn't. So, and I'm not worried about it because it mostly said it was music stuff. And I don't do music on my phone or anywhere, but I do have Monterey on my new computer, and all of a sudden there it was. And I didn't have a clue what they were talking about, but I just, right now it's all turned off, and I can go back and figure it out later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I find it really helpful if you are an iPhone user and you drive, you can set this so when you're moving in a car, it will turn it on and send notifications to people saying, hey, I'm driving, I'll get back to you when I'm, off
Right.
the roads. So there are some, and the sleep thing is nice for those that use it, and it will it won't let you into your phone after a certain point at night. So yeah, but then it also, when you are in your text messages, it will say notifications are silenced for people that are using focus mode. Because I know like Chris Clark uses this a lot. So it will say Chris has notifications silenced right down here.
But you can send
And
anyway.
I can hit this thing that says notify anyway, and it will do
Right.
that for him.
Mm.
But yes, so focus is fun for those who
Use it.
use it.
Oh, well.
But it's also weird too, because like I'll forget I have it on, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, there's like 10 text messages. Where did they come from? So anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So Yes, that is focus. Did you have something else you emailed about, Connie? I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
remember.
I said I was cleaning out my old emails. I mean, I got a long way to go, but I got rid of about 1,000 of them this weekend. And I found out that you can't delete you can't clear out your, empty your trash on an iPad. At least my old iPad, I can't.
Hmm?
So I had to go into my computer and empty it that way. I had to go on to Gmail on my computer or Comcast, whatever it was, and empty the trash.
That doesn't make
And
any.
when I Googled how to empty the trash, it said it's one of the things that you can't do on an iPad. Email
Huh.
trash, email trash.
Is this the Mail app, the Spark app, or the Gmail app?
This was the mail app because I don't have Comcast on Spark.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds right.
I
That's
didn't want to muck up my Spark with Comcast because I'm trying to get rid of it.
Good luck.
I know, I know.
Yeah, so I guess you solved that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And Chuck, you emailed something too, didn't you? And I'm trying to
Yeah, I
remember.
wanted you to refresh my memory on,
Oh, spam.
yeah, how do I report spam texts and spam emails? I know we talked about it a while ago. I just don't remember what the
Yes.
addresses are or places are that I'm supposed to
That's right.
send to.
Hold on one second.
I'm gonna write it down and save it this time.
I think this is actually one that I did back when I had a PowerPoint for you guys that I was using when I did the presentation for the retired men.
Well, if you can't find it now, you can always include it in your wrap up later.
Yep. So.
It's just Bev has a couple strange emails on her phone that or texts that we want to get rid of.
Yes. Are you seeing it now?
Yeah, we are.
So that's email,
Spam
text.
at uce.gov.
You can also, most email providers, if you right click the email on the subject area, it will say report as spam or report as phishing.
Could you repeat that? If you right click on the email text?
So let me open up while we still have that open for you. Let me open this up. I know Gmail does this. We'd have to check others to see, you know, what it is. Let me. So say, stop that. Okay, let's start a new share. So if I, for some reason, thought my friend's baby's photos were spam instead of an actual email, you can go over here to the 3 dots in Gmail. Verizon, Comcast, and others might have similar things. And you can do report as spam. So a reminder for those that don't remember, spam is something that is completely like they're trying to sell you something that you don't want. They're just hammering you with crap and you want to report that. That's spam. Phishing is when somebody is pretending to be someone else. So if you get an email from Don Lincoln, but the email address is Reverend Pastor at gmail.com instead of dlincoln at westminsterpc.org, that would be phishing. Or if it's a email from Microsoft saying that you won, a gift card, but it's actually coming from a Verizon email, that's phishing. So you would hit spam or phishing. So some emails are starting to roll these flags out quickly for you to do that automatically yourself. But if you say wanted to forward this to the government, you would want to do that before you report it as phishing. So I tend to do multiple avenues. I will forward it to people and then go back and hit the report as phishing. It's kind of like how I block calls on my phone. First, I block them and then I delete them from my call history, if that makes sense.
Lynn, is it phishing if, we've been getting those things, I have a favor, but when I mouse over the person's email, it says it's still their email. It's not like it's coming from someone else, or it's coming from someone else maybe, but I don't know who. You don't get a different email. Is that still, you can report as phishing?
That is the challengingest part because there's a very, very distinct difference. And sometimes you automatically assume it's one and not the other and vice versa. So there are some people, like I know there are several people on our Tech Time group that have been hacked, which means that somebody was able to get into their email account,
Right.
break in through their password, and the person took over their email. So it was coming from their email, but worded as if it's a phishing email, right? So say it's coming from lgeorge at westminsterpc.org, but it doesn't sound like me. That you do not want to report as spam or phishing because it's hacking. You would want to notify, because then if you report it as spam or phishing, the government will say, oh, Lynn's email is no longer good, like we're going to disable it, right? I would still like to use my email. I don't want my emails going to your spam folder. So the route to do in that case is to call call or text the person that is the victim of the hack and tell them, hey, you need to go in, change your password. So yeah, there's a distinct difference because sometimes people think they're hacked, but it's actually a phishing email and vice versa. So it's cumbersome and tricky.
Of course.
It's not easy.
But you can't send them an email to say that because that goes to the person that hacked it, right?
Some people do, but the person that has hacked it will see that email potentially before the victim.
Yeah.
Because they're getting savvier. The last two victims that have been Tech Time people, they actually forwarded all the emails that the victim was going to someone else's Gmail account. So they were getting all of their emails in a different account. They weren't even logging into their email. They were just automatically getting all their emails. So they were seeing everything. So we had to disable the forwarding before we even changed the password then, right? Because if you change the password, they would get they would see the email saying you changed your password, just confirming this is you. And then they know they have to go back in and change the password again. So it's a vicious cycle.
How'd you figure that out though? That it was the forwarding thing? I mean, that
because
it was
the password kept changing on the victim.
Oh.
And so they couldn't get into their email. And I was like, well, how does this person know? So I was like investigating their email, like, oh my gosh, the person's forwarding all their emails to their other email accounts. So they know everything that this person is doing and saying. It was frightening. it was quite clever of the hacker, I have to say. I give them props for being either lazy or smart or both.
Oh,
Or too
I
much
remember-
time.
Yes.
yeah.
They no longer want to break into your email every couple hours and check. They just want it all.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Another thing that happens is I'll get an email from someone like, oh, a seminar I attended or something, and they keep sending things out. And all right, I realized I can say unsubscribe. And that wasn't a good, the ones I'm thinking of were something that I didn't ever start really, but it says unsubscribe. Well, all right, when I instead, like when it's in my inbox and I say move to spam, this is on Yahoo, it pops up. Do you want to report as spam or have us unsubscribe? Well, I don't want to unsubscribe because that tells them that I'm really there. You know, so yeah, you know, I often don't know what to do. I end up just deleting the email and waiting again, because if I went there and unsubscribe, well, if it's something I know that I have had, yes, I'll unsubscribe. But when it's something I don't know and I want to put it in the spam because it's, you know, like buy this or something, wouldn't, if I say unsubscribe, they'll know, oh, she's really there. So
If
Can
you
I-
unsubscribe, though, you will never get emails from them again.
they control that, or somebody else controls that? Does the company control that?
Yahoo would be the middleman for you to help you unsubscribe from the company.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the nice thing is a lot of these emails now are smart enough that they can go through that horrible process of unsubscribing. Because usually if you try unsubscribing from emails, like they send you to a link and it's this dark pattern where like, you're like, I think it's this one, but it's worded in a way that if I say yes, it might be a no, or if, right? Like,
Yeah.
so they kind of have helped you do that, so it's easier for you to do.
Okay.
But the company, if you go in the back end, like for all the emails I send through Westminster, I can see how many people unsubscribed from my emails and who opened it and things like that. So one of the new things that's rolling out right now with the cookies, the elimination of the cookies in the browser internet, is so that I can no longer see the statistics. So eventually it's going to control that so the person won't even know that you unsubscribe from them. But we're still in that midst of rolling that process out.
Oh, that's good to know that they can, because there's some people that I really want to unsubscribe from, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. So I guess I better not unsubscribe.
But my guess is if it's a large company, they'll never know. Like
No,
I have to go in and look,
No,
right?
it's a
I have
small
to
company.
intentionally make the effort to go in and see versus, you know, most people don't. It's like when you unfriend someone on Facebook, they probably won't know for like a couple years until, you know, they go to see a photo of you and they're like, oh, I'm not friends with this person either. I thought I was, and we never actually were, or they unfriended me.
Yeah.
Or they deleted their Facebook account.
That's true too. A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
Which is
And
helpful.
I have a question about the spam coming in through text messages.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten some and I've just ignored them and deleted them from my texting. You know, I
Mhm.
don't go in and read them or anything. Should
Good.
I be reporting those then? That's the part I didn't realize I should be doing, or if I knew that I needed to do it, I didn't know how to do it, but you've given me that information now.
It's one of those, if you forget to do it, I don't always do it. So if you do it, it might mean that less people will have it happen to them in the future because you're kind of stopping the flow of it
Okay.
going forward. But if you forget, it's fine to do.
Somebody else.
But you want to do that before you send it out, right? Before you want to forward it before you delete it from your inbox, right? So
Okay.
for example, let's see. I wonder if you guys can see my my phone this week. We'll see. I brought the cable this week though, so
Oh, good.
I'm prepared. I was prepared.
Not yet.
Yeah, I have not tried yet. Yes, no.
Oh,
No,
not yet. Wrong cable.
Okay, I'll try a different cable. We'll try the cable versus the. Okay. Maybe. Let's try this guy.
No.
Ooh,
Trust.
nope. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Do you see the other device headphones?
yes,
Okay. So if you go to your email, say, and you want to report, I'm not going to report this one because it's a COVID test that I got a few weeks ago, or a week ago. But if it's an email like this, you can, what's it called? Where is it? Where's the sticky note of
We're talking about texts, not emails, right?
what?
We're talking about texts, not emails,
Correct.
right?
Yes. So what you would do is take this and where, do you have an iPhone, Shirley, or
I
you,
do.
you
iPhone.
do? Okay, so good. You can, if you hold this down and hit more,
Okay,
you can see there's a little blue check mark
yes,
and there's a little down arrow over here. Yes,
little down arrow.
or forward arrow down here.
Yes,
Here's
down at the
text.
bottom, yes.
If you click that, it's going to forward that email to someone. So this is where you would text 7726.
Okay. And you
Right?
would do that first, and then I could go ahead and delete it from
Yeah.
my, okay,
And then what the second step would be to go to the call number right up here and hit info, block this caller. So this caller, even if they text you then again in the future, it will block them.
okay,
So you won't ever, so even if the person continues to send stuff, it won't go to you.
okay,
And then I would delete it from your email inbox like this.
I block phone calls coming in all the time, but I didn't know I could block a text phone
Yeah.
number.
Same thing.
Okay,
Exactly. And I delete it from my call histories as well. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but if you hit the info, block this caller, and then go back here and delete from the call log.
okay,
I thought if you did that, I was told, I believe that if you did that, it released the block.
I've not heard that. It's possible.
I had
that
heard that too, so I always blocked them, but I never deleted it from my call history.
Huh. I'm gonna have to.
I don't
look
know if
into
that's true or not either, but I know I've heard that also.
You guys might be more on top of it than I am. But I'll see. I'll look into that. Good to know. Yeah. So, yeah. Any other questions? Hacking, phishing, spam?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Totally different direction.
That's fine.
I have a Samsung phone. Very ignorant about details of use. And I'm hesitant when I get an email or something to download. I'm hesitant to do that because I don't want to take up memory or space or whatever it might do on my phone. Is there a way that I could do that and then delete downloads when I'm finished?
You mean like downloads from emails, like attached?
Mostly, yeah, yeah. A
Um,
link to open and you do have to download it to open it.
and then does it save it in your photo library then?
I don't know where it goes.
It saves
I
it
haven't,
in the
I just
download.
haven't downloaded for so long. I come to my laptop to do that. But I know there's some from a couple years ago that are in there. Well, I assume that they're in there. I don't know. Maybe they delete themselves. I
Because like if I open granted, I'm not a Samsung user. Maybe Stephen has a better sense than I do as an Android person. But like if I open a PDF or something on my phone, it's not actually downloading all of the materials that it would on the computer. It's just downloading enough for me to view it. It's not saving it on the phone. It's
just previewing it, so to speak.
exactly
But I find those in my download folder though. Like if I accidentally clicked on something that I wasn't even planning to open and I didn't know that it downloaded, it's in the download folder, but then all you have to do is however you delete that. Mine, it's a slide, go left or up or something or other to get rid of it.
I don't know that I have a download folder even. I mean,
Under
maybe I
apps?
do.
wondering.
Under
You do. You definitely do.
It's an app.
And usually if you download something, you get a notification that it was downloaded. So that would tell you that it's taking up space on your phone.
Stephen,
So,
what does the download app look like for her?
I
To
have
get-
to have an app, download app to download something.
But it came on your phone probably.
Usually you need something called a file manager. And I don't know if I have a Samsung phone. I don't know if a file manager came on it because I automatically moved all my apps over. So I'm using the file manager I always used.
Okay, I did not get a file manager app on my phone. I have a track phone, so it came with virtually nothing.
Oh.
I don't know what to tell you about that.
So if I don't, and I can add apps, but if I don't have a file manager or a download app, then I'm not downloading anything. That's what I'm hearing you say?
No, it's not that you're not downloading it. It's you have no way to access what's being downloaded.
Even to delete it.
Right. Trying to think which. Someday I have to alphabetize these.
I know what that's like.
I have an app that I got on the apps from the App Store. Where the what do you call it? I don't even know what you call it. I just use it. Called File Manager. And it's it will allow me to navigate. Oh, good grief. I'm getting an ad to install something else. Google Play, that's what it's called.
Yeah, okay. I just did that.
And it's just called File Manager.
Does it
with
have
a
like a file
icon
folder?
that looks, I'm sorry?
File folder with an F in front of it? I don't know. No, I can't see anything.
Hang on, let me look. It doesn't have an F on it.
It does not?
No, it's just the file folder.
Oh, file manager. A yellow file folder?
Yep. And that
Smart.
that'll give you access to your different folders. I don't want this. And
Aren't
download,
electronics fun?
I'm
okay.
sorry,
Aren't electronics fun?
yes.
Customized for mobile phones with small memory and small storage. Okay, I'm installing it, Stephen. It's all on
Okay.
you.
Oh, goody.
I like when he's on and I can blame someone else.
I could see his head going even more crooked.
Also
Don't
lets
trust
me off
everything I
the
say
hook.
because I'm crooked today.
Okay, I'm going to agree. Allow file manager to access photos, media, and files on your device. So I need to allow that, don't I?
You do. Otherwise, you won't be able to see those folders on your
Yeah,
phone.
I usually deny. Okay. I'll explore that later then.
Okay, and you'll
Thank you.
see that one of the folders that you see in your storage is
Oh,
download.
No, I see documents, but I don't see download.
Oh, that's funny. Download.
Music, videos, pictures, APKS, whatever that is. Documents, zips, recent, favorites, and all.
I would click on all just to make sure it's not there because mine are not in alphabetical order when I'm looking at it.
No, it just says phone storage. Available, I have 1.2 gigabytes available.
You only have 1.2 gigs left?
Well, I don't know how many I had to start with.
If it's a track phone, it's probably not as big.
No,
No. Why is it showing me everything using this old, this new?
okay, I have 16 gigabytes storage on my phone.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I've
that'll
used
get
10
used up
points.
in a hurry.
Pardon?
I said, yeah, that might get used up in a hurry.
Yeah, I've used 10.7, so I don't know what I've used it for. That could be other apps.
Yeah,
Photos.
it's mostly your apps.
Okay. So the easy way to open up storage is to get rid of apps that I hardly ever use.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I have to download something, I'll come to the laptop and forget about doing it on the phone.
Yeah, until you get a smartphone, I would say.
Hey, I've had this for 2 years. I switched from a flip phone. I'm really into this stuff, you know.
Jean, I just tried to look on my old track phone to see what it was, and I realized the whole thing is totally, the battery is totally down, so I'm charging it. If I find anything, I'll let you know when
Okay.
when it finally gets charged.
Since I'm getting some sense of knowing what's going on, I can work with apps because I have a number on here I've tried and just never taken out. Okay, thank you all.
Sure.
If anybody has idea of a way to find out if there are documents.
Yeah. So what's the exact model of your phone? Samsung?
J2 Galaxy.
Okay. Do some Googling. Okay. Welcome back, Connie.
Thanks. You know, it was when you were trying to hook something up with your phone. And so it just said Lynn's gonna do that, and all of a sudden the whole thing went blank. And I couldn't, and then I was disconnected and I couldn't get back on at all. So I didn't know whether you just killed me. Then it said no internet connection, but that was wrong because I did have an internet connection. Anyway, I'm back, but now I have to leave. So I'll see you next week.
And I have to leave too, so bye-bye.
Hey, guys. The internet was really funky at church yesterday. It kept dying. So I wonder if something's wrong with the internet out your way.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had no
Some
problems,
spots.
Trish.
Anyway,
What did you say?
I've had no problems with church lately. I don't know why.
Good.
Several weeks there where I had to find the internet on my phone again, or on my TV again. But the last several weeks, actually, I moved my Wi-Fi extender to a different outlet, and I'm hoping that that was the solution to the problem. But I had a couple weeks there where it just wouldn't find the internet.
Weird.
But later in the day, it was fine. So I don't know.
Yeah. And Sunday mornings, it's not a usually high trafficked internet connection by your
You wouldn't
neighbors
think
and
so.
things. Oh my.
Okay, I have another question. One
Shoot.
of my apps is YouTube,
Mhm.
and things keep coming in on it that I'm not really interested in. I just have it so that I could play something if I wanted it. Is there a way I can stop that from downloading videos that they think I want to watch? Or should I just uninstall it?
Stephen, are you trying to say something?
Yeah, I am. Is it downloading them or is it just notifying you
It's
that you could be interested?
notifying.
You can actually turn notifications off for YouTube.
Okay.
Let me think here real
I
quick.
wonder if we can do it
If
in
you
the app.
if you go to your settings,
Yeah.
one of the categories of settings should be notification.
Notification. Right. Okay. I'm there.
And then you would scroll all the way to the bottom. Well, you might have to say included apps, all apps. Oh my.
But I can,
Okay. You got
I can
the-
I can
So
see
you scroll all the
YouTube.
way to the bottom to YouTube
Yeah.
and turn it off.
You can
Oh.
also do it in the app itself. If you go up here to your user settings, notifications, and then change what
Do it in the app itself. How?
you can do it both places.
Mhm.
So for if you're in the YouTube app,
Yeah.
you go to your little smiley. Yours might have JB or
Oh, okay.
something else. Mine's a little Westminster logo because it's the Westminster account. And you go to settings,
Okay.
notifications, and then you can change if and what you want anything on here.
And that apply just to YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
So if say you want a notification that like Westminster's sharing a live YouTube video, say, you could do that. But yeah.
Okay. Oh boy, there are a lot of things in there that
You can also, if you don't like the what they're doing, you can tell them interests and things you are interested in to get a collection of videos that are different than what you're currently giving. It just takes a lot of time for them to do that. It's more trouble than it's worth if you ask me, but
What do you really think, Lynn?
Uh,
Don't hold
social
back on
networks,
this now.
social networks that drive me crazy at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, I
If I
have
could get rid
spent
of them all, I would.
my time with phishing and spam emails since we first talked about them, just not opening them. Am I better off doing that, or should I be reporting them?
It's up to your personal preference. I mean,
I don't want a virus, so I don't open them.
right. Well, sometimes you don't know they're phishing or until you open it. So if it's the name favor in the subject line, then I just delete them, right?
Anything that has weird characters, or you know how sometimes you'll get an email and it looks like somebody took the letters out of a newspaper.
Mhm.
They're all different font and stuff like. I just trash them. I don't even
Yeah.
open them.
Mhm.
I'm sure they're phishing, but I don't open them.
I
Or
right click. I don't open the email, but I right click and move them to spam and then delete them. So it doesn't actually open it, which might still be open. I don't know, but
I don't know if
that way I avoid them sending it to me again.
oh, okay, you move it first.
So,
Okay.
so what I would do would be to go into my email and say hover over it and mark as spam and then delete.
Yeah, see, I don't see that choice from Gmail.
Gmail, let me open
on a-
Gmail. You use the Gmail website?
Yeah.
So right click, delete.
Oh, yeah, I could delete it.
Move to.
Label is something that you've created.
Move to spam.
But is that going to mark that sender forever or anything like that?
This would be report spam. So if you have it checked before you do it, report spam.
Oh,
So just check
okay.
it. Just check it.
I've never even noticed that icon.
Oh, have you guys figured out the snooze feature? I love the snooze feature. And maybe it's because I, work, but this is something like this person sent me something, but I don't need this email till next week. You can snooze it. So like, I hate a cluttered inbox. Cluttered inboxes freak me out. So I don't want, this is too many emails in my inbox. Okay.
I have 10.
Right. So if you snooze this, it will disappear for like wherever you set it, right? So you can say tomorrow weekend or pick a date and time, like, oh, this is for, a year. Like I want this reminder, in a month when I'm working on the annual report or whatever. You can do that. So it doesn't delete the email, it just hides it, but then comes back. I love snooze.
So you're teaching your emails how to time travel.
Yes. But there are websites where you can send yourself emails years into the future. So if you're ever interested in that, you can do that too.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yep.
That sounds like a good idea.
I was reading something during New Year's week saying like, oh, make a resolution and email yourself and, in a year, see if you've accomplished whatever that resolution is. Yeah.
So if somebody sends me something that I need to follow up on it, but I don't need to follow up for like 10 days.
Mhm.
I can hit snooze
Mhm,
put it out there that I want it to come back into my inbox on such and such a date.
mhm.
And that whole email pops back up into my inbox as unread on that particular date.
Yep,
Yep.
That
and
would
it will
remind-
have the attachments and everything too,
Right, that-
so,
And that would remind me then that I need to do something with it that day.
yep. So doctor's appointments or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
I
You
like
have
that
to be,
idea.
you have to be using Gmail though, as your browser, right?
as your email provider.
As your email
Oh,
supplier.
it's email, okay. Yeah, as your email provider.
I use Spark Inbox as my it's kind of like what I use instead of Outlook because I like it better, and that has a snooze feature as well. So I think they're slowly rolling out across all the platforms.
I don't think that Mac Mail has that.
Don't have Mac Mail anymore on my computer, but
Well,
I
that's
don't
what I use all the time. but
I
I'm
don't
not
think
seeing
they
it.
have done that yet. I do not think.
Bummer.
You'll have to keep your eye out for it though.
Well, my
Uh,
wife uses Gmail on her computer, so she might
Yeah, on
take advantage of that.
Spark. On Spark, it's where is it? I can't see it now. On Spark, it's this little clock guy. And then you just pick whatever it is.
Someday.
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 When is
Surprise
that?
me.
So yeah, or it's a never, and then you can just go to that folder. There's a folder in where you can go and find snoozed emails. So
Someday.
yeah. How's it going with you, Bob? Or Bob Young?
Which Bob?
You're both reverends. I can't even do that. I feel like Bob Young's been so
Here I
quiet
am.
with us.
I don't, I guess, I don't know. I have very simple needs of the computer, so I don't have great problems, I guess. I'm all right.
That's good.
Yeah.
You were having trouble with your email at one point. Is that better now?
I guess I don't remember your question there, that I was having trouble. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Oh, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it then.
Yeah, all right. I think,
Yeah. Well, it's
I
nice to
had
see you. Even though-
pictures. I had pictures taken of Louisa's artwork, and they're in all together, the ones that were in the closet, but then the girls tell me that they have some special paintings in their apartment that they want, or in their house, that they want to be included. And I guess I just haven't gotten any energy to do that and haven't been nudged along to get with it.
Mhm.
So,
But I'm glad you've got a start on it, Bob. That will be
Well,
an
I
important
guess.
legacy.
yeah, I think so. They'll push me in it, I'm sure.
You
Baby
can bet on that.
Yes. We Zoom on our family Zoom on Thursday night tonight, so I just sent them an email. I'll look for you, Zoom face to Zoom face.
That's fun. Glad you can do that.
Yeah, we enjoy it every once a week.
Yeah. Good.
And thank you for asking.
Yeah. Well, keep us posted. It's a fun
Yeah.
project you're working on, even though
Yeah,
it's a lot of time and love.
thank you.
Yeah. Shout if you ever need anything.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have you available.
Yep.
How's your foot doing, by the way?
It's hard to tell day by day any improvement.
Yeah. Still use the scooter?
I'm trying to slowly get off the scooter. I'm using it for longer stretches. So like from my office to the, far end of the sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But shorter walks, I'm trying to get off of it.
Mm.
Someone was saying that I'm walking faster and I hadn't noticed that, but somebody had said that to me yesterday.
Are you taking the boot on and off, driving you crazy?
I feel like Mr. Rogers in the car, taking off and putting on a sneaker. Yeah, but I'd rather that than not be able to drive. So it'd be worse. So yeah, getting around slowly but surely. It was not fun when I had to dig my car out of the snow in a boot. I would not recommend that in the future.
Oh.
But it wasn't too bad. My neighbor helped, so it went quickly. So yeah, slowly but surely. Doctor's appointment February 1st. I'm on the wait list for the other doctor who will determine how to avoid this issue in the long-term care of it. They said it probably won't be till March or April, but that's fine.
No sense rushing into it or anything,
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yep. It's hard. I'm sure the medical community's backlogged with a lot of things these days.
Yeah.
We're lucky that we have as good medical care in the area as we do. So,
Amen.
yes. Any other questions, concerns, or things to discuss? I know the bells have something for after our discussions.
That would be keen.
And it's not about my Samsung phone.
You don't want to stick around and hang out with us, Bob?
I might.
I don't know. I kind of got the idea he wasn't interested there.
Well, we can chat and talk about him. Make fun.
Yeah.
Well, I know the issue that she's going through, and if I give another ear, I can pick up something that you may pass on.
And he's in the same room, so I can't talk about him anyway.
You're not having feedback. That's impressive.
Well,
Headphone?
if we both have our mics on at the same time, it's a problem.
Impressive. Cool. Anything else for the good of the order?
Well, while I see Bob Young, just a question, Bob to Bob. Have you finished the book? I can't read your lips.
I finished it a while ago, and I guess we're going to be talking about it soon.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy the book, although I do like David Brooks.
I like David Brooks too. I'm the same, so
Oh,
that's two of
okay.
us.
Yeah.
All right, that was all. I just was curious.
Yes. I have to get back and browse through it a little bit to see what it was I read. I forget
Same here.
very easily.
Well, same here.
Oh.
There's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lynn,
Yeah.
when you send your recap out, will you be including all that information that I asked about with spam and
The spam stuff. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
send that out.
Good. That way I'll have it digitally and I can save it somewhere and keep track of it.
I know I've emailed that out to people before, so I should be able to just copy and paste the information from before.
I knew you did, and I just couldn't find it. I thought I kept track of it somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So that's why I emailed you to try to get it out into at least to me, if not the whole public also.
Good to have as a reminder.
Exactly. It's a good information to keep track of, and I've lost track of it. So
Yeah. That happens. That's what we're here for.
Great, thanks.
I'm sure it changes daily too. you know.
Well, yeah,
more
that could very
resources.
well be.
Is that what we're here for?
You know, repeat over and over. Yeah.
Three
Um,
times and you're supposed to remember it.
the staff at Westminster, we've switched plans with our IT company, and the new plan includes phishing tests. So over the next 2 weeks, this IT company of ours will be sending out phishing emails to the staff. And for those staff that don't pass, they get extra special training of how to detect phishing. And,
That's
Oh,
great.
my.
but all of us have some basic training we'll have to do after the 2 weeks. But for those that fail, they'll have to do more. But I was like, is there any chance I could have my, 100+ names of people that do tech time? And they're like, yeah, if you want to spend the money, you can. But I was like, oh, well, but that would be fun to do. So yes, you can check in with our staff in the next couple of weeks and see how they do with their phishing tests.
Send the pastors a couple emails.
Yep.
It would really be ironic if Don the fisherman is not good at
Detecting his own phishing.
identifying phishing emails.
Or if they catch Lynn.
That's what I'm paranoid about, because I'm the point person that the IT company goes to. Jerry and I are like the 2 emails they go up. Like, if I mess up, if I accidentally hit something, that's just going to be so embarrassing.
And you know that the staff won't let you forget about
Put
it.
them down. It's like the time that we gave Don Lega grief because he didn't know how to close the apps on his phone. And so we gave him a ton of grief, and he ended up writing a sermon about it. So. Yeah. Oh, well. Could be worse. Okay. I'll let you guys. Peace. Have a good weekend. And
You too.
Yep, you too.
Yes, to everybody.
see you next weekend. See you next weekend. See you next week.
Yeah, and
Stay warm.
Yes. It's freezing out there.